Welcome to the Slate Podcast, the podcast where we talk about movies, music, and media. I'm George Evan Gonzalez, and this is Dario and Jeff.
What's good?
What's good? I'm Dario. We should say
You are that.
our name. Sorry, I just burped.
You could not imagine the pause
I could not
you
hold
took
it.
there.
But just so people can know the voices, this is the voice of Dario. There you go.
That is the voice.
This
of
is
Dario.
not the voice of Jeff. This
No,
is not Jeff.
I always hear this voice in my head.
My name
all
is
the time.
Jeff.
The voice of Dario.
you hear
and Jeff.
voices in your head?
All the time. Is it a problem? That's a problem.
That's a problem. That's for sure a problem.
Yep. It's only the three of us though. It's never anybody else.
Oh, that's nice.
Unless my mom decides to chime in sometime.
And what is she saying?
She's
Stop cleaning
stop
up.
spending money.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so today it was the big day today. Today we're going to talk about the Thor boys. We're talking about Thor, Love and Thunder, and the last two episodes of The Boys.
Nice.
Very exciting
Yes.
stuff to come about. And we have some opinions. We have some good insight. Boy, let me tell you, it's been an eventful weekend.
That is true. This is true.
Mm-hmm.
The boys, excellent. But we'll get into that, right? How do you guys want to do this? Thor first.
Yeah, we're just gonna jump straight into spoilers for Thor, Love and Thunder. And Dario hasn't seen it, so he's actually gonna leave the chat for a minute or two.
Yeah, for a minute or two. You guys.
Dang
are
it, Dario, you had one job. Good
You
job.
literally had one.
You had
We
one
were
job.
assigned this weeks ago, and you waited till
People
the
were counting
water's
on
rolling.
you. Okay.
Okay.
Dude,
Yes, that's true.
They want to hear Dario's opinion.
As we are recording this, it's Sunday.
Well, why do
the
you- why do
Sunday
you-
after
why
the
do you have a
Friday.
life?
It is the Sunday after the Friday. It literally just came out, so I feel like I get some freeway. I only had 2 days.
I mean, we had a week off, but just throw him under the bus.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean,
Thor just came out.
you had all this time.
You know what? What
It's
is
fine,
time?
it's fine.
What is time? All right, yeah. Let's start. Let's get into it to not make this too. Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah. So
Get outta
Barry's
here.
leaving, and okay, we are now entering spoilers for Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try to get this in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I liked it. Here's how I feel.
Okay,
Ready?
go ahead, Jeff. You go first, and then I'll let you go.
I liked it. I didn't love it. I like this movie more than Shang-Chi, more than Eternals. Look at you judging me.
Oh God.
This movie, but I like Doctor Strange more than this movie. Another thing, I like what they did with like gore and all that, but I guess it's a curse of reading the stories in the comics and knowing what could have been, like I was telling you. So a little part of me was like, this could have been so much epic.
Yeah. No, I fully agree with that part. It's like
Yes.
literally, I got the comic the day before seeing it. I have the whole saga, like the whole gore saga, and reading through most of it, I'm like, there's no like while I'm reading it, I'm like, there's no way this is in the movie.
Yeah.
And there, so I'll tell you this: I don't agree with with it being better than Shang-Chi. I think Shang-Chi's a solid movie.
Okay.
I think,
Okay.
but I do agree with Eternals. I think everything's better than Eternals, except for Thor: The Dark World.
Right.
And then what else? I don't know. Phase 4. Phase 4's been up and down for a lot of people lately, and
Yeah.
I did enjoy. I did have more fun with Doctor Strange.
Me too.
In terms of like entertainment wise,
Yeah.
there was a lot to deliver here, and then with Thor, I felt like there wasn't as much as they could have done, especially like reading the story. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I seen one tweet where the guy was like saying something along the lines of, this movie's biggest downfall was doubling down on what they did in Ragnarok. Now I see what they meant. I think I don't mind that, bro, but I guess it's like how silly can you go with it? You know, like until it starts becoming
This movie
problem?
is really,
Are
really
we
silly.
there? Are we at that point? Because in some moments it kind of felt like that, you know?
That's the thing, man. It's like also I like to point out I like Ragnarok a lot more.
Me too.
Than this
I think
movie.
Ragnarok is better than this.
Ragnarok's the best Thor movie, honestly.
Yeah.
And the first Thor is really good too. Now that's the thing. Like for me and for like sporadic people throughout the world, I see Thor. I see Thor as a more of a serious character, but his funny moments come from being unrelatable to humans, right?
Yeah.
And like being
That's a
an
good
outsider.
point.
That's what the first Thor movie did, basically. Like,
Right.
that's
Like
what was great
another-
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, another like that's not we don't do that here. Like everybody knows that scene. And
It's like that's what was funny before, but now they're trying to make.
but now
fun
he's
just-
literally like being funny, right? Like he's literally cracking jokes.
Like
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
I feel like they're giving him this Spider-Man treatment to where they're trying to make him more relatable and also in his tragedy, because he has a lot of bad stuff happen to him, right? Like throughout the MCU. In his tragedy, he mentions it and then it comes off like he's joking about it in order to get over the trauma, you know? And he touched on it in Infinity War, and I really like that scene where he talks to Rocket and he explains everything bad that's happened to him. And he laughs it off, but he still stays like stoic and tries to make up for it by trying to kill Thanos. But in this, it's like, oh man, it's really up and down because kids are stolen. Like kids are stolen in this movie, and that's serious.
Yeah.
And then he's
And
like
the cancer thing with
the cancer
Jane?
thing with Jane. Like there
those are
was
like
a
serious
bro.
topics.
There was this moment. I forgot what it was. There was this moment, and where she reveals it to him, and I don't know. He says something funny, and then everybody in the most people in the theater laughed, and then I giggled, but I was like, should we be laughing at this? I was like, I don't know if that was funny.
To be honest, I had many moments like that where, and I don't, because it's like what everybody's saying are like, but I found myself many moments like that, bro, where I was like,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
the
you
joke
said-
just bombed.
yeah, that
I'm just
yeah.
sitting there like, okay, I guess.
There's a lot of not that it comes easy to them, but like things happen in order for another thing that like the plot is pushing everybody is what it seems like, and
Okay.
that comes with the kids. Like I was hoping like, well, not really hoping. I was expecting like, what if Gore made them think that he stole kids, right? And then at the end, he's like, wait a minute, there were never kids there, you know, or something like
Right.
that. I also saw Heimdall's son came out of literally nowhere. Like
Right, I thought that they never mentioned him before. I was like,
they never
did they
mentioned
mention
him,
before?
and just like that scene where his head is floating right there, that
I
was
was
so
confused.
weird.
I was
I was
confused.
like, what the heck? Who's that? Like, you know, but I don't know. It's just there's just it feels like a hodgepodge of a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
Kind of not in the sense of Iron Man 2, but Iron Man 2 is a little more serious than this movie. But just like all those ideas, and then on top of that, we're having Taika Waititi like take over and be himself in this movie, and it just seems like it's too much going on, and really comedic, really rainbow like and comedic, and I was just like, ah, man.
I believe Iron Man 2, what they did is they try to combine a bunch of story arcs from the comics. And I don't even know exactly which ones they are. Like, I know one of them is like when he was battling with like alcohol and stuff. They kind of did that in this movie where they combined the Gore story, which I was telling my friend, that could have been the whole movie.
That could have been
Not
it, dude.
you don't have to do it, and you don't have to be like the comics. Like you don't have to do it just like the comics, but bruh, all that material.
we know what's compared to.
This movie could have been such a different movie if they just focused on that storyline. But they decided to combine the Jane story arc,
and
the Mighty Thor and the gore, and I guess that's what you get. But I guess that's what you mean though. Like it feels like you're trying to do a
lot of ideas here. And then also including all the other gods, like all the other characters, which is, it's fine because that's the theme of the movie. Really, is like all the gods are being hunted by gore. And I actually thought his setup was pretty good too. First of all, gore is the standout in this movie.
Let's talk about gore.
Yeah. Christian Bale's gore is
killed it.
Awesome, killed it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I hear a lot of people say that he wasn't in it enough, which I can see why. But for me, I'm like, for this type of movie, he fit just enough. And every scene he was in, he stole the show. I was like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like, dope. I guess it wasn't like the Wanda situation. Like, he had a clear motive. Mm-hmm. It's like Thor. You can kind of see where he's coming from. Mm-hmm. Like, and you kind of feel bad for him. Like, his daughter died in his arms. Like,
I hate,
and that guy literally was treating him like a dog.
Yeah.
When he got to that
I was gonna
island.
say I hate secondhand embarrassment because there's a scene where at the beginning where he goes into this forest part of his world. Yeah. And he meets like one of his gods, and he's all bright and shiny, and he's like, oh man, it's one of my people, and everybody's like laughing at him, and he's doing his best to like be charitable and praise to him and stuff like that, and the god's just treating him like crap, and I felt bad. I was like, oh, poor guy. No wonder he's gonna stab this dude, and he does.
Right. So. He was a devoted like follower, dying. Like, I think Gore is like one of the strongest villains we've seen in a while. To be honest, like, by the performance, by what's his name, Christian Bale,
and Batman.
Just. Like Thanos, like I said, like you can kind of see where he's coming from.
Just like a good way to write a villain, pretty much. Yeah. And then on top of that, giving him a motivation, but also like, having him in every scene like be able to what's it called, talk the talk and walk the walk. Yeah. Basically, because that's a big thing too. Is like he's not, and they've interviewed Christian Bale for this too. Like he's not like physically. Like huge, like Gore is in the comics. Yeah. And it's because he came off of a movie where he had to be a little bit skinnier. He's still like put together pretty well.
He looked like menacing, like scary, kind of.
Yeah, he's menacing, and the way he uses, I love the way he uses the sword. What's it called, the Necro Sword.
The Necro Sword, yeah.
And everything, and summons those nightmare creatures. Yeah, everything about him was pretty dope. Especially his world, like the little place he hangs out at, where they went to go fight him, and it was black and white. That scene was pretty dope. That scene was pretty dope.
Also, I guess they found a way around the Necrosaur and the symbiote stuff. I guess in the MCU, it's just shadows.
Well, it belonged to another god, right? Because that's what the god at the beginning was celebrating.
I believe in the comics it's like the god of the symbiotes. That was his sword.
Well, yeah. In the comics it belongs to Null, the god of symbiotes.
Yeah. But in the story, I believe he had like symbiote. That was that black thing on him.
Yeah, that was the sword, basically.
Yeah. But in the movie, you still saw those black things, but they just said it was shadows, like.
Yeah, it's the shadow realm.
It's not like that's the symbiote that's helping him.
Mm-hmm. Which, to be honest, like, how do you feel about missing out on that opportunity of possibly connecting it like that? Like, they didn't have to bring like Venom or anything in this movie, but they could have been like, they could have mentioned like, oh, it's a symbiote, or oh, it's weird.
That could have actually been a good origin for the symbiote.
Yes.
But Sony had to Sony, and they did it back in when did they do it? No Way Home? the after credit scene where I guess
Yeah.
the symbiote came from Venom in our universe, and then he yeeted. So I guess that's how the symbiote is in the MCU. Would have been cool if it was from him, from
the Necrosword.
yeah, dude, that would have been dope.
Yeah. Fun fact:
Sony.
the Necrosword in the comics is also called the All Black, and it cut off the head of that Celestial where everybody goes to now in Guardians of the Galaxy. Nowhere.
Oh no way, dude.
Yeah, dude. That is that's like Null's first thing he killed. And then the head floating in space is just where everybody goes now. So
Yeah, I want to
dope.
read that story. It's like I think it's called something in Black.
King in Black.
King in Black.
King.
It was a Venom event. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think the writer Donny Cates, the dude that wrote that, I think he's writing Thor or Hulk, right now. So I guess
think
fun fact.
Maybe Hulk, because the Hulk run right now has Thor in it.
Yeah, that might be. That's why. Yeah. But yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Speaking of Gort, still. So what do you think of that ending, where we saw Infinity?
That was cool.
And
Eternity.
Yeah.
You mean
Eternity.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, they put Eternity in this. That's really cool. I didn't think they would get that far, but I like how his story ended, because obviously you can't have him around anymore, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the whole like let my daughter live so I can die, and then Thor has to watch over his daughter.
Literally his daughter.
Literally his daughter. Yeah.
In real life.
And I was like, that's a nice, like, that's different. You know, it's different. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And Thor saying yes.
Yeah, and Thor saying, I would have been like, hell no, what the?
we were trying to kill each other, dude.
We're trying to kill each other. I don't know your daughter.
Yeah.
And then in exchange, Jane also dies to help Thor and things like that. So yeah, there was that part of the ending. I was like, yeah, I feel this. I like this, and I like the moment where he holds her, and you know, there's some good moments, like good emotional moments in here too, where they can slow down a bit. Yeah. I feel like in terms of that, it was a good ending.
And the fight when it was all black and white. That awesome. Was dope too. They did it good.
Really cool. What do you think of the ending? What do you like?
Well, it caught me off guard. Like I thought this was gonna end like to Thor's Valkyrie. They were gonna, kill him pretty much. Mm-hmm. So same. I thought I kind of had a feeling that Jane was gone in this movie.
Yeah.
So he left her in the hospital. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't know. I think she still might die from the cancer. So it was like double shock when she came back to die fighting, and then when Gore just died to bring his daughter back. Like it took a turn. I thought this was gonna end with 3 against 1 and let's do it and save the kids, end the movie.
Yeah.
So that was a nice twist, I think. Like,
yeah.
Especially after reading how much of a savage Gore is in the comics.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like, no, I was not expecting him to end like the way he did, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I liked it. I liked it. I really liked it.
I liked it too. I think my issues with the movie are more in the first half of the movie, because there, like I said, there's moments in this movie that are really like touching, and they slow down a bit, but I feel like the first half is trying too hard to get to the meat of the story, and because we're with the Guardians at the beginning, right? Which, by the way, yeah, we're hanging with the Guardians.
Shout out to them, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to them. But the thing is, I feel like we were just hanging with them, and then Thor left. Like I thought they were going somewhere with that when we ended Endgame, when he left with them. So and this is my opinion fully, but I feel like they should have showed Guardians Volume 3 first with Thor in it, right? And then this movie with Guardians at the beginning, and then he leaves them because now they're just separated. That went nowhere pretty much.
Right, like it was kind of off screen where we assumed that they had all those adventures.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually telling Benny too, like I don't like also that was off screen. We didn't get to see much, or we didn't also see much of like when Jane picked up the hammer and like became Thor.
Right.
That also happened.
That's serious.
Screen.
That's a moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're trying to like add the shock value of like, oh, she showed up as
but we
Thor.
know already, so there's no shock.
So instead of that, give us the moment of her picking up the hammer.
Right.
Like I was expecting it to like crash out of the glass it was held in.
Yeah.
And then freaking like it comes together and her picking it up and stuff like that, and everybody around her reacting like, and then Valkyrie even says like, yeah, she picked up the hammer. I was like, okay, what?
No, she did.
When?
We didn't see
no,
it.
She did. So there's that, and like most of this is at the beginning, but also there's this weird thing when we finally, like when Thor and the Guardians finally hear about what's happening with the gods. That scene was weird to me. Like it
it was on the
like,
screen.
Yeah, it was on this. Well, no, at first it starts like Star-Lord's like, hold on, we're getting a disturbance. Oh my gosh, look at all these gods are dead. Like it's going like really fast, and I'm like, and it's showing like different gods dead on the screen. Which one of the panels was from the comics too. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
And and then Thor's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And then Lady Sif sends a video transmission, which I don't know how that works.
Nice cameo.
Yeah, she's in there too. And then for me, it was like it was going by, like it was brushing through that really fast. Yep. And it's like you said in the comics, you're building up this moment, like this person, you're building up this character, and it's slowly like Thor in the comic, he's like slowly piecing it together and finding out like different little tidbits of like what's going on.
Right. So you're saying that it just happened too fast, like
way too fast.
There was no build up.
There was no build up, and then they were just like, "Oh my gosh, look at all these gods dead." I'm like, "What?"
Right.
Like, why would that? Stir you up or something.
Yeah, that's because, like I said, like we said, they're fitting 2 story arcs in one, and also this is like one of the shortest movies that they've made.
Is it? Is it really? It felt short.
I believe it's like just like clocking in at 2 hours. I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. Doctor Strange was like 2 hours and 6 minutes.
That's different.
So yeah, you're right though. That kind of felt just too fast. Like there was no build up.
Well, yeah, there's that, and then what else?
What about Jane?
Well, I was gonna. Yeah, Jane. By the way, I did like her. I liked her whole arc in this thing. I like that every time she uses the hammer, her cancer gets worse, which is like
it's killing her.
Yeah, it's killing her.
Yeah.
But it's also like what she wanted. She's holding it at bay, but it's also like not good for her.
Right.
So, for me, I was like, okay, that's good. Like that's interesting. There's dynamic there. And the whole like her figuring out how to beat Thor and like figuring out a catchphrase and things like that, and it was cute to see them interact again, because I actually like Jane, like in the other movies and stuff. Like every time she was in a movie, I was like, yeah, she's cool. Like she's not a boring protagonist or anything like that. She's a woman of science.
Here's a random thought. Can you argue that this is like, because I remember Star Wars fans were complaining that Rey became too good at being a Jedi and stuff too fast. Can you also apply that to this, where she got too good a little too quick, with the hammer and fighting?
I think, you know what? I think it's different because it's not established that you have to learn. because look at Captain America, you know.
Oh,
When-
true. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah. When he picked up the hammer, he immediately summoned lightning and all that stuff.
But he was a soldier already. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a
he
super
was a
soldier.
soldier and-
He has experience fighting. She doesn't have any experience.
Right, and I think that's the thing. Is like with Rey, we know that like it's been established you need training for the Force
Okay.
and stuff. And then in this one, it's like anybody who's picked up the hammer has like straight up used it. Like even Vision just straight up used it. I don't think there's
Yeah.
much behind it. And you have a point there.
Fair enough.
And like,
Fair enough.
yeah, and it being easy, you do have a point, but it's also not that like just distracting, you know.
Right. I guess going back to like maybe if that arc would have been just one whole movie, maybe we would have had more time with her.
Dude,
learning.
I would have been down for that. I would have been down
Right?
for a Mighty Thor movie. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, make that instead of this movie. Go ahead.
Well, actually, we could, because I guess let's just end it with the end credit scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess let's do the first one. So Hercules.
Yo,
I didn't know
my
who that
boy
was.
showed up.
Who's that?
Finally.
Is that like an actor that we should know? Like,
I didn't even look it up or anything. I was just like, yo, it's Hercules.
I was just like, oh, Hercules. Okay.
Yeah. I was actually pretty happy to see him because I was like, finally, man! Like we've been waiting for something from this guy, you know. And this was the perfect movie to do it. So yeah, they introduced him, and hey, man, he's here. He's,
Bro, I
he's
forgot
showing-
he's a character in Marvel.
in Marvel. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I
Hercules,
forgot, dude.
He's got some legendary stories. That's what's up.
Okay.
And then
Wait.
and I probably mostly like him because there's this game called Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
And he's one of the characters you can play as.
Oh,
He's-
okay.
And he's pretty useful. I was I was like, man, put Hercules on the team. Yeah.
Isn't he like? He had like one of the horrible death in the Civil War comics or something like that. Or he had something to do with either he destroyed like the Thor robot that Iron Man
the
made
fake Thor.
clone, yeah, or the clone like destroyed him. One of the two. Something like that.
Oh, I think he did because the Thor clone killed Goliath.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I was thinking of Goliath. Never mind.
Yeah. No, he
know
has
why.
some
Yeah.
he has some feats. Like he's known for doing some crazy stuff. Like he's fought Hulk and things like that.
Oh no way, dude.
Yeah, dude. They have a whole thing. Like Zeus and Hercules have fought Hulk and like have
Holy
whooped
crap.
him. So it's crazy.
That's insane.
And speaking of Zeus, just a side thought: Russell Crowe as Zeus was pretty interesting.
It was fun.
Apparently, he likes orgies, which is very which is very true to the character of Zeus.
Did I so that word was said, right?
Yes.
Misheard.
Yeah,
I thought I misheard, bro.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Like he's saying you are not invited to this year's orgy, and I was like, is he saying orgy?
Yo, Disney. Wow.
This dude's wild. And
Yeah.
I guess my final thought on that is my final thought on that is that there's also some what is it? Oh, there's a thing that happens with Korg. I thought he died, right?
I thought he was dead too.
Yeah, and I feel like they should have stuck with it. And for me, it's like, man, I don't know how, you know, is death like a necessity here or something like that, you know, or life, I mean. And then, so we went off track on the whole Jane thing, but that's probably it. But yeah, Jane being Thor. Make a movie about it. Make it happen.
Yeah, I feel it was a little bit of a cop out that they didn't kill Korg, maybe, but Valkyrie.
Oh,
that looked like a
I
killing
forgot
shot.
about her. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
She's just like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, we get stabbed all the time. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Man.
And before we finish, because we have to move on, I guess the last end credit scene, which was, I guess she's now in Valhalla.
Yes, she is now in Valhalla.
You know who else is in Valhalla?
Yeah, the boy
Loki?
himself. Wait, what?
Loki?
Is
A
it?
version of Loki?
Oh,
The one that died in Endgame?
did he die in battle though? That's the question. See that? That's
Technically, kinda.
that's-
They weren't
see,
in battle.
if you
Thanos.
want to break it down, that's how unfair that belief is. Like you have to die in battle in order to go to
That was a funny
their
moment
heaven.
with Sith.
Yeah,
Lady
yeah.
Sith. Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna go to Valhalla. And he's like, well, technically, you gotta die in battle.
gotta die in
But
battle,
you survived. And she's like, shit. But maybe your arm isn't in Valhalla.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're trying to imply with that after credit scene though. Like,
Yeah, maybe it's just like reassuring us that she's in a good place and stuff.
maybe I don't know if people can come back from Valhalla. I don't know. I have to do research. Maybe they're implying that she can come back if that's the case.
That'd be cool to see her again. I would like to see a movie about her, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
But all right, I guess if you have to rate it out of 10, I guess I would have to give it a 7.
A 7. Okay. That's nicer than mine. I'll give it a 6.5.
6.5.
Mm-hmm.
I see why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
this is just like
the-
Sam Raimi's movie felt like a Sam Raimi movie. This
Yeah.
felt like a Taika movie for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, it did. Which is not always a terrible thing because he made that one
Nah.
movie, Jojo Rabbit. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
really good. That was
Great movie.
remember that? That was
Yeah.
a really good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, not every movie every director has is a win.
Yeah.
It'll happen. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's our thoughts on
I
Thor.
would say not a
Loving
top
Thor.
10 for me. Not a top 10 MCU.
Nah, not for me either. Ragnarok though, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, that's a top 10 for me, dude.
Yeah, that's a top 10 for me. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know what? Y'all can't see it, but I'm holding up the Gore comic book right here. This right here, top 10. I'm not even done with it. I already know what happens, but I'm still. This book
Yeah.
rocks.
No,
This whole
definitely
book
pick. That's literally the first story arc when Jason Aaron started his run.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely recommend. Just at least reading that arc with Gore.
Yes. Yeah. If you want a good Thor story after you've come out of this movie and said, you know what, I hate Thor. Fret
Yeah.
not, because you can just go get this little son of a gun and read you a good one.
Yeah. But all right,
Yes,
I just
sir.
invited Dario in, so I guess spoilers are over. Yeah, that's.
There it is.
I guess that's about it for
That's
that.
about it. Yeah, that's about it for sure.
For sure.
For
Look at
sure.
This guy. He had one job.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, you weren't invited to the party.
Was
All
that?
right.
You weren't invited.
Wow, that took a while. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you guys were gonna.
I was aiming for 30 minutes. We may have gone a little bit over 30 minutes.
You definitely did, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good. We had things to say.
You got things to say. Okay, so I don't know how we're gonna. We can't cover 2 episodes of The Boys in 30 minutes as well. I feel like that's a lot.
I feel like we should try.
We can let's at least let's do 8. Let's just do 8 because
Yeah,
I'm telling
alright.
you, this episode is gonna end up being like 2.5 hours if we do both episodes.
Okay, quick summary of 7, and let's jump into 8. Okay, so
You can look at the
So
notes.
spoilers. Spoilers for The Boys finale in episode 7. So a quick summary of 7. Episode 7 was we saw Homelander pretty much put Maeve or visit Maeve, talking crap about him wanting a baby with her. We saw
That was-
those great scenes with Noir and the little cartoon friends.
Yep.
Which they come back in episode 8.
Which I
we
love
saw-
that. I love that scene. If I may comment real quick on that, like with the cartoons and like seeing the flashback of like what Soldier Boy did. Back
It's
then.
different.
That was brutal.
It's different, but that was a very creative way of like
Yeah.
basically doing a flashback without doing a flashback.
We see more of the backstory for Butcher and his childhood, and we understand
Love
why
that.
he's been having those visions with his brother. We find out that A-Train is still alive, which, by the way, good call, Dario. And he has Blue Hawk's heart. Kimiko gets her powers back. Starlight. Oh, that was a good ending.
Yeah.
Starlight exposes Homelander and Val. She makes that Instagram live and it blows up, and she quits. And she becomes one of the boys, pretty much.
No,
Wait, no,
not
that's
yet.
episode 8.
Nope.
Not yet.
Not yet. No, not
And
yet.
Soldier Boy reveals that he's Homelander's dad. That was a great episode. Great episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, and he also kills one of his old teammates, the mine dude.
Mindstorm.
Mindstorm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is the whole reason why we learn about butchers.
Yeah. Like we learned about Butch's brother, Lenny.
Yep, Lenny.
Which, by the way, how is that guy with mind control in the 7? Oh, well, I guess that was in the 7. What were they called anyway? Payback?
Yep.
Is that what
Yep.
Soldier Boy's team was called?
Yeah.
Yep.
Payback.
Yeah, I don't see how he can fight crime. Really, seems like a very I don't know. I just thought that was an interesting power for somebody in like the big group to have.
Kind of like the Xavier of the group.
I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
But
You're not thinking about it enough, Dario.
I'm thinking about it too much.
Too less.
Yeah.
but let's jump into the finale. Dude,
Yeah.
what a finale this was, man.
Yeah.
Boy,
Oh
it was
my
very
gosh.
emotionally charged. Like, there's a lot of hard decisions going on throughout everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember watching it and just being like, this is really good. Like even like in the middle of the episode, I was like, this is actually like going really like structurally as an episode. I was like, this is actually very well done.
Okay, so in this episode, Homelander finds Ryan. Wait, but
Yeah.
that happens towards the end.
No, it happened.
No, that's at the beginning.
Oh, right.
That's like the opening scene when he's like throwing the ball, and then he kind of like very he says very casually like, "Oh, I had to use a congresswoman to find you," which means that's
Okay.
the head popper.
that's
What's
true.
her name?
Victoria.
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 Miss Victoria.
Is her?
Yes,
That
sir.
girl, she's doing something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But yeah,
hell
she,
yeah.
she
I mean,
leads him
yep.
to find Ryan, and which is kind of funny because I thought he hasn't mentioned really Ryan throughout the whole show other than that scene with Butcher.
Yeah, the
I-
scene where it definitely wasn't a dream, and
That-
this
I think
entire
it-
scene that happened in the finale proves that it wasn't a dream.
No, it doesn't prove that. Doesn't prove
Oh
that
yeah,
at all.
yes it does. Yeah,
It actually doesn't prove
'Cause it-
that.
it actually does. It actually does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It really
No,
doesn't.
no,
Yeah.
I would disagree.
How so?
Because he mentions Ryan in that quote dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says he will eventually find him, and therefore in this scene he finds him.
We should go back and rewatch the season finale of season 2
How
because
about
they talk about that
oh,
in the season finale,
my
and this
goodness.
is the next time that he.
There's
is
so
talking
much
about it.
evidence that this is not.
There really
that's
isn't
not the
evidence
story.
at all,
There
other than
is.
what?
You're lying to yourself, Derek.
No, listen. I'm gonna keep this.
You know
gonna,
what?
I'm gonna make a
You-
video
you-
on this
Okay. Okay.
and explaining how that
Man's gonna
was
make a whole
dream.
video.
Anyways,
It wouldn't even matter.
but what would they put it like in the middle of him having dreams, like things that are not really happening? Because there were a couple other things that didn't really happen.
There was a dream before that didn't happen, and then
Right.
after that, that's when that scene happened, and that was it.
But that's what I mean. They kind of set it up as like Butcher's kind of daydreaming, and then that thing with Homelander happens, and he just kind of leaves all of a sudden. So it makes me think that was a dream too. I feel like they did that on purpose. I guess we won't really find out because it doesn't really matter. Like
No, I was gonna say it doesn't matter in the larger context of the storyline.
Yeah.
Because eventually it happens anyways.
Right. But anyways, yeah, he finds Ryan, and then which they have that scene, and Ryan kind of accepts Homelander as his dad, which is really disappointing.
Well, look at the parallels. We have Butcher saying to him, "It's all your fault," and then we have Homelander coming and being like, "No, it wasn't your fault."
Yeah. This is kind of Butcher's fault, because I think he was trying to do the right thing, but he did the wrong thing, because he was thinking he was protecting Ryan by leaving and telling him,
Yep.
I have to go, and then just doing that thing when people say like, I don't want you, that's why, so they can leave. But that, I think that just happened to make Ryan want to go to a home.
It backfired big time.
Yeah.
Backfired big time.
Yeah, backfired.
Okay, so Maeve escapes. I thought she was about to die in that scene when that vapor started coming out.
Oh,
I was
they're
like,
trying to,
I guess
kill the evidence.
Yeah, I was like, I guess that's the end of Maeve, but I guess they were just doing that to like put her to sleep, to move her somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which another parallel. The first scene.
It's just full of parallels.
Yeah, for real. Like the first scene in the first season where we first meet Maeve, she crashes through an armored truck and beats up people inside. Like you see it shaking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then in this one, I was like, oh, are they gonna do that thing? And then they do. Like she wakes up and she breaks out and beats up people inside the truck.
Yeah.
Like the last time.
That's a reference.
And I was like, that's cool. Yeah, it's a reference. Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. Yeah,
That's dope.
and you know what? I actually kind of like rewatched it to make these notes, and I kind of noticed a couple of things on my rewatch. One thing she says, and this is kind of jumping ahead, but when Homelander goes to meet her, and when he says like, I want your ex, basically.
That was wild.
That was wild.
Yeah.
She says, well, here, that's the difference between you and me. You need to be a soup. I can't wait until this is over. So basically, she's saying she doesn't want the powers. And what happens at the end? She loses her powers.
Yep.
Gets
She's a
no
human.
powers. Yeah.
She's free.
She's free. So I think
free.
that was a setup that you don't notice. But me watching that little scene, she's like, you need to be a soup. I can't wait till this is over. And then at the end,
The writing, bro.
bro,
The writing.
sometimes you have to rewatch stuff to catch that.
Yeah.
But, yep.
I rewatched because my friend hasn't seen it, so we were rewatching it, season 3, and I noticed something on the recap from season 2 that I guess I'll bring up later. But it was like a nice parallel.
Yeah. And I noticed something else too. I'll bring it up later.
Moving on the train. Speaking of train, A-Train.
God.
Come on, man. Let me have that one. Let me have.
No, please keep going.
We see the scene where A-Train and his brother fight. That was brutal. Pretty much
that was sad.
throws him out. Doesn't want anything to do with him, pretty much.
Yep.
That was a good scene, bro. Really dramatic.
Yeah, and he makes a point saying like, dang man, like I wanted my kids to see his mugshot on a TV.
Yeah.
And that now they can't because he's barbecue.
Yeah, he's barbecue. And
Yeah.
what I didn't really get that. I mean, I get that maybe he just wants him to pay, but the way they phrased that, like I want my kids to see the mugshot, I really didn't get that. Really, like, what is he trying to do with that?
I guess that would be real justice. They want justice.
Like, cause what happened to him? Like Blue Hawk's the reason he's like that, pretty much, or in a way, it's kind of both of them. But Blue Hawk being there is the reason he's like his brother is like that, and so instead of him being massacred like he is, seeing his mugshot on the on TV would be like, see kids, that justice for your dad, basically.
Yeah.
This is the right way to do it.
Right, the right way to do it. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to kill him.
Not
you
necessarily.
Not necessarily, and then he calls A-Train a murderer. A murderer.
Murderer.
And and his brother is a nice guy, which is not like A-Train. A-Train is not a nice guy.
A-Train's a jerk.
Yeah, he's kind of a jerk.
He's a liar. Like, he straight up lied to him. He's like, "Did you kill Blue Hawk?" No. I was like,
No.
"What? Stop lying, bro."
But that was very obviously lying. No, I did not kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was using his honest voice.
His honest
Like,
voice.
no, I did not.
You know my honest voice. I cannot tell a lie. I'm a good actor.
Yeah. And
I did not kill Blue Hawk.
It sucks for the brother too, man. Like
Yeah.
he now he's paralyzed. Like his brother's fine. He can run again.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Fully.
Like
Straight
they like switched places. One was bad in the beginning. The other one was fine. Now at the end it's like, well, you're paralyzed, and then he can run. He can do whatever now.
Yeah, I was feeling bad when he came to see him, and he's like, "I got a new ticker. I can run again. I can do all these things."
Yep.
And then he's sitting right there, like paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Literally.
And they were trying to make the point that, he keeps trying to do the right thing, but then just make things worse.
Yeah.
Because he just can't do it right. He's a soup. Everything he does, he just ends up making it worse. Which I thought. And then the last point is like he has Blue Hawk's heart. So that kind of stings for him. He almost had a heart attack.
That's
just knowing
poetry.
Yeah.
Poetry.
Poetry.
It is poetry.
It is poetry.
Bro, the writing is bussin'.
What the hell
Bussin'.
did you say, Jeff?
Bussin'.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you
It's-
say? I don't know.
Bro, it's the
I'm trying to
writing
fit
for
in.
me.
I'm trying to fit in.
With the kids. I'm trying to speak
With
like
the
the
kids
kids
now,
talk.
God dang.
Okay.
I want to be like the cool kids because all the cool kids.
Whoa.
I knew somebody was gonna sing that.
Yeah.
For some reason, and
You
it
have to.
happened to be Dario.
All right.
So
'Cause I wanna be like
we
the cool
have.
kids.
You wrote here Huey and Starlight have the combo in the car,
Yep.
but I guess you have to highlight also what happens before that. In Butcher's way, he saves Huey.
Right.
You know,
The most butcher way he could.
in the most
punching him in
butcher
the
way.
face.
He,
And he almost butchered
trying
it.
to
Hey.
Dario, please.
It is
Stop.
Butcher's way. Because he always
Gosh.
butchers it.
Shut
You're welcome.
up.
You're welcome. Anyway.
Oh my
Go
God.
go you
Whose
go back
nephew is
there
this?
and you play your drum.
This is
all
my,
right?
yeah. Pum. This is my job, okay? This is why I get paid
No,
for big
it's not.
bucks. Yeah.
No, nobody's paying you.
That's where you get
Wait,
paid.
I'm not getting paid for this? Okay, I'm out.
No.
Wait, you're getting paid for this?
I am, yeah. I just,
You guys are getting
word?
paid?
I have to talk to my
I'm not
lawyer.
I'm telling you guys that. But yeah, he kind of he could have, I don't know.
Nah,
he
bro, it's
saves
Butcher.
him.
He has to knock you out.
Yeah, that's the only way he knows how to help people.
That's
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense because he
Honestly.
didn't tell him that he didn't even give him the option to take Compound V, because he would have told him like, hey, Compound V will kill you. Huey might have been like, well, I still want to do it. So he just didn't even give him the option, I guess. That's what they were trying to say.
Yeah. And so then I guess Huey had to call Starlight.
Dang, I wonder how bad that was. Because they didn't show the phone call. But I like him waiting at the gas station, I already knew. I was like, he had to suck up a whole lot in order for her to come and get him. It's like, how bad is it? That's
Yeah.
great.
And then he
It
kind of
was so
says
good. What?
you go.
Oh, Amigo?
I-
Okay. I was going to say, I quit.
Bro, I never even
No, I was going to
started.
say, I guess it felt so good for her to be like, I told you so, you freaking
Yeah.
idiot. You idiot.
But then,
I'm also glad it didn't like split them.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
me
fully.
too, actually. They're good together. But what I really wanted to point out is the whole thing he says about strength, because the whole arc that he has this season is to he needs to be strong. He wants to be the strong one. He wants to be the one to like save you, in which his powers were kind of perfect because he had, he can just get you out of situations, right? Which is the easiest way to save somebody, to just, when they're about to die, just go ahead and get him and teleport him somewhere else. And he thought that was strength. He thought that was the only way he could be strong, by literally physically being strong. And then I think that was a nice like close to the arc when he realizes that's not what true strength is. Strength is like actually doing the right thing. That's what strength is. And if you can't help one way, you can help the other way, but that's not the only way to show strength. And then he had that nice story about his dad. So I think that was a nice way to close his arc.
And he also, side note, he had my favorite superpower, teleporting. And I was like, that's
without clothes.
Yeah, I love teleporting. I think it's one of the best. It's probably the most useful.
It is
superpower.
true.
Yeah.
Jumper. Anyone seen it?
Jumper.
For real.
I've seen it. It's a great movie. You should see Jumper. Matter of fact, the pod is now about Jumper.
Yeah. So in Jumper.
Isn't that a great movie?
Yeah.
I think this was one of my favorite scenes in the whole episode. Man, when Homelander was confronting Black Noir.
Yep.
My gosh, dude.
Oh.
You see it coming. You feel the tension, but man, was that a good build-up?
I think like Homelander literally he did liked Noir. Like he was really his best friend.
He definitely did.
Yeah,
because
he
he's
was
like
genuinely hurt that
Yes.
he kept that from him.
Yeah, he was. Like, it's funny that the one person who can't talk, that's the person he likes the most, which is kind of like, his own ego. He can't talk back to him. But he's just really good. And, it was like his best friend betrayed him. But, again, it's just to show how messed up Homelander is, that someone betrays him, he thinks he just has to end him.
Yeah,
Dude.
like, in I don't know if you've seen it, Dario, but there's an episode giving backstory.
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it in an interview.
It's not typically spoilers. The biggest thing is the whole backstory behind it. And this is when that episode in The Boys Diabolical, the cartoon spinoff of the show. It's about Homelander's like first like superhero days and stuff like that, and he meets Black Noir, and the way that they become best friends and stuff, it's basically like Noir helping him out and some like telling him something he should know, right? And seeing how that comes around to Noir not telling him this big secret, like I see why it sucks, because he expected that, definitely,
right?
And I'm like, dang, man, whew, man, context.
Wow, yeah, that is a big context clue. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
And then that leads to like the meeting that he has with the rest of the seven. Puts down.
Wait, hold on. Before we move on, I feel like Black Noir didn't get. I feel kind of sad for Black Noir. He really wanted to face off Soldier Boy, and he didn't get to. And his poor little friends. He's kind of. I think
It's
that was
okay. They'll meet them back with Christ the Lord.
Christ the Lord.
But it's really funny. I thought that was a really cool way to do like Black Noir, who's a serious character, right? You wouldn't think he would have these imaginary friends.
He has feelings, bro.
He has feelings, and it's like, it was just a good look into his head, and like whoever you think is this bad, this really serious person, have like a child side to him.
Yeah.
And it was just
Big
really
time.
sad he didn't get to face off Soldier Boy.
Well, that and like also I remember in season 2 he had that whole episode about him where he was chasing the boys, and they ended it at Butcher's, I think his mom's house or somebody's house. In that episode, I was like, Black Noir is like the best superhero. Like he's so intimidating and invincible almost, and like I love that dude. And then I feel the same way. It's really sad that he wanted to go out swinging, but he couldn't because Homelander got a little personal.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then that led to the meeting, and you know,
Which
the
revealed
the
something
deep
Dario called out. I was like,
What?
dang, man. It revealed something that you called out in the last episode we talked about. Ashley's deal.
Oh.
Her whole ordeal.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think I just mentioned like how does she still have hair? If she's
Yeah.
No.
pulling it out.
Fun fact, she doesn't.
Yeah, she just
The whole
doesn't-
sequence was perfect because you feel the tension. The Deep is asking for Black Noir. He puts down the helmet automatically. You already know what happens, and then he's just making them feel like crap. And it gets worse when he, like, for no reason, he tells Ashley like, "Oh yeah, and you take off that wig." Like, unnecessary.
Right.
So unnecessary, dude.
he went and like picked on them like one by one, and it's
Yeah,
because again everything is just to show how psychotic Homelander is, because he talks about family. Oh, he wants to be loved and he wants family and he wants a team, but yet all he does is treat these people terribly. So it's like if you think logically, how you want something but then you don't give it back, that's not how things work.
Right.
But yeah, he
Right.
goes and makes fun of the Deep, his most loyal servant, and Ashley and the hair. I was like, wow, they really went for it. And then he talks to the Deep, and this is something that I noticed. A-Train. This is something I noticed on the rewatch. He says then, like, in you, how can you kill one of your own? When he referencing killing Blue Hawk.
Yeah.
And then he looks
and it
at
cuts
the helmet.
to helmet. Yeah.
He looks at the helmet, basically saying like, "What a hypocrite! Like you just killed one of your own. Like what are you talking about?"
Right.
I didn't
Yeah.
notice that the first time around. He says like, "How can you
I
kill one
saw
of your
that.
own?" You saw that? And he looks at the helmet, and I was like, "Oh wow! Like what a hypocrite!"
Yeah, that's what he does. Like, he'll judge others, but then, dude, you just killed Black Noir, literally, like a few minutes
Yeah.
ago. Like, what are you talking about?
Man.
And
There's
why are you
barely
picking on
anybody-
Ashley, man?
there's-
Ashley's
there's
so
barely-
stressed.
I honestly
Barely
thought
anybody left.
that I honestly was surprised when they told him that Maeve escaped. I thought he was gonna kill Ashley or one of them because it was their fault.
Yeah.
So I was honestly a little surprised that they're still alive. But
For real.
maybe not for long.
Yeah, I guess then we go to finally, after they talked on the phone, we're getting closer to the ending, and Homelander and Soldier Boy finally meet. And all right, I don't want to jump too far.
Do it.
Okay, I
Yeah, so
have
far.
mixed feelings about the way it went because they had him. My concern was, oh, he's gonna flip because it's his son. It's over. They're gonna team up. He humiliated him like, oh, you were a disappointment. I was like, yes, let's go. But then they flip it, and that, I guess what I'm trying to say, I felt some type of way when all of a sudden we're attacking Soldier Boy now. And I get why, but still, I was like, dude, we had him.
The thing is,
It felt a little.
But I guess it's
personal.
like the worst of two evils. I guess then like,
yeah. I mean, I liked it.
I don't know,
I actually
dude.
like that a lot because it's like it's subverting. What is it called, George? Subverting.
subverting expectations.
Yeah, it's like because they can't
did that,
do,
yes.
they can't do what you think they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go down like you think it's gonna go down. That's what writers are always thinking. Like I just saw this really cool video like giving notes on how you should write, and they always say
Yeah.
don't write down your first idea, because if you do that, then that's probably what the audience thinks, and you don't want to go that way. People want to be surprised. So
yeah, I guess you're right because I was literally like, it's over. The whole episode, he's acting funny. This guy's gonna give in, father and son and grandson. That's
Right.
it,
Yeah.
yeah, especially when he
So
brought
when-
Ryan into it. Which, by the way, let's talk
Well-
about that real quick.
dude.
Well, that's my thing. Is like I kind of feel I'm kind of between you both because the subverting expectation part for Soldier Boy, where he finally like grabs him by the neck and he's like, "You're such a disappointment." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, okay, we're
like,
good,
let's
we're
go.
fine, we're fine." But they have him and they're about to bust him down. And all of a sudden, this little dumbass pipsqueak, this kid, he's here and he's like, stop! Like he starts trying to push everybody.
Dude, that made me feel a type of way.
I was thinking like he's gonna freaking mess it up somehow, and then and then he lasers Soldier Boy, and I'm like, I literally went like this. I was like, God dang it. And it made me not like Ryan.
Yeah. No, so, honestly, that's what they're going for. They're trying not to.
I guess that is what it is.
Yeah.
So they succeeded in that aspect. I was like, this kid sucks. Yeah. He's so annoying.
And it's like, and I love this, but then it's like you have all these different conflicts. Like, okay, we were trying to take out Homelander, like from the point of view of Butcher, right? We're trying to take out Homelander. But now you and Homelander have something in common. You want to keep this baby safe. But now, so then I got to now aim towards Soldier Boy. But then Maeve, which is working with me, is like, it's like so...
Yeah, which I actually love that because it's like everybody has a different priority, right? Like you said, like,
right.
Oh yeah, we're going after Homelander. But then all of a sudden, Butcher has to switch his priorities. Like he has to switch what he's doing. Yeah, he wants to kill Homelander, but not if it's going to cause killing Ryan too. So he's like, okay,
which
now...
I guess it's justified because he made a promise, but like, dude, Homelander, you gotta kill Homelander.
But what about Ryan?
His wife, though.
F the kid, man.
His
bread and butter. His bread and butter is his wife. Like he'll do anything for his wife, right? But the thing is, if you think about it, he's willing to do anything to kill Homelander. But also, he made a promise to his wife kill Homelander because of his wife. But he also made a promise to his wife to take care of Ryan.
Yeah.
So those two things conflict with each other because that's Homelander's actual son. And it's like he had to choose the worst of two evils.
Yeah, and it's like it's like where's the line? And because it's like like we gotta do whatever it takes, right? And you would think like Butcher is the one person who doesn't have a line. He actually do whatever it takes. Except he does have a line. He's Ryan. Yeah. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was weird seeing him and Homelander work together.
But then
that was good. Kind of cool again. It's
for a second, they had a frame there where they were both shooting laser vision, and then they look at each other, and I was like, "Oh man, okay,
that's what I'm talking about."
This. Yeah.
But then he's not completely off the hook though, because Maeve was coming for blood, bro.
Right.
Maeve was coming.
All or nothing, bro.
Yeah.
All or nothing.
Those are some good sequences.
When he says like I have bigger fish, like we have bigger fish. Maeve,
she don't care.
And he's like, not me. Care. You're my biggest fish.
No, you're the fish.
She didn't care about Ryan or it's Homelander.
She didn't care about nothing. She didn't care about dying.
Yeah,
herself.
Which I guess cost her an eye.
That was wild. See, so maybe my little if I can nitpick a little bit, the editing when it came to like them attacking each other and then him poking her in the eye, I felt it was a little weird.
Yeah,
I don't know, Dario.
Yeah.
Did you think so?
I agree. I agree with that.
The editing, it went a little choppy, and then it just all of a sudden he's there, like he's already poking into her. I'm like
yeah,
that's what brought it lower than the Soldier Boy fight between them both in Herogasm for me.
Yep. Yeah, I feel like the editing and the choreography too a little bit. Like there's one point where she kicks him from the back to the side, and it looked a little wonky. I was like, that looks a little weird.
Like you could tell which fight they paid attention to the most.
Yeah, and it's like you gotta remember too. Like this is an Amazon Prime show. It's not, so I don't think they have the biggest budgets, and that's why there's not that many like fight scenes and like big sequences in this show. If you notice, it's mostly talking, and it's because
it's drama. It's mostly drama.
It's mostly drama, and I think it's because this is Amazon Prime. This is not like Disney. They can't they can't afford to do all these things. So yeah, the fight choreography in some places is gonna suffer, and that's where it is.
Real quick too, because it wasn't on the notes. Maeve earlier, she gets rid of the thing that was gonna kill Soldier Boy, so now she's with Butcher, and Good sequence too when Kimiko and Frenchie were then he was trying to make another one, and Kimiko came through for him in the lab. That was a really good scene too, with the music and everything.
Yeah, I love that song that she put on.
Yeah.
I have two things here, and they're both kind of separate. To backtrack for Kimiko, this is gonna sound funny. Did she friend zone Frenchie? Did Frenchie friend zone?
Yeah.
Kimiko?
No, Kimiko did.
No,
Kimiko.
no. Frenchie
She family zone him, not friends.
Family zone.
Family zone him. Yeah.
Did she though?
She brother in Christ him.
Because they have this moment, like this really touching moment where they talk about the kiss, and she says, "Well, I know I was weird is because we're more than
family,
that.
pretty
We're
much.
family." She pulled the Dom Toretto. We're family.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I was like I stopped the episode. Literally, I physically stopped it, and I was like, "Hold up."
Wait, where is that moment?
This
That's
is
in,
episode 7, maybe.
It was in 7. It was in episode
yeah.
7 where she gets. I don't know if she got her powers back yet, but well, she's getting the powers back.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, no, I was weird. It was because, I'm signing as if like I know exactly how to do
Right.
it." It was the kiss was weird because we're more than that. We're family. And things like that.
I didn't
and
get
I was
that.
like, really?
Yep.
I'm so I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't like that.
I'm like,
I like it. It's cute. Like she
hashtag
lost her
Frenchico.
brother.
What happened to that, man? Hashtag
No, she lost her brother. She sees a brother in him.
Oh my goodness! But the thing
The
is,
brother that she
I
kissed.
just want somebody to love somebody.
look at Leia.
I just want to love.
But listen,
Did you really just
Sweet
reference
home,
that?
Alabama.
but listen.
I only want to be with you.
I was gonna say. Oh, but I guess I missed that line. Maybe I didn't read it, but she does say the whole thing about touching his arms. So that's why I was like, oh, this is still romantic stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah. There's that. It's
there's
go
that.
back and watch it and tell me how you
Okay.
tell me how
Alright.
you feel.
Man, okay.
There's yeah, right. I'm like, man, what happened to that hashtag Frenchico? We made a whole hashtag about it.
I'm disappointed.
So there's that, and that doesn't really take anything away except the whole, like, there's a thing in film called, the obvious thing is sexual tension, which is how you build up somebody's romantic, interest in each other through a movie or a show. And I felt like that fell flat a little bit in a way, like in my opinion, just a little bit in terms of their story and their whole arc. Especially since we've seen them like dance together and be all up on each other and stuff. But that's that doesn't really do much for me.
All right, to bring it back because
well, yeah, I was gonna bring it back too. The whole Maeve takes the bottle and throws it out the window, and I freaked out because I was like, oh crap, how are we gonna beat him? And they end up just making another one.
yeah, they make another one, and they end up like putting it on him.
Yeah,
Like they got him, and then Starlight gets possessed by a Vecna. While they have him,
I forgot what show we were watching for a second.
it's all good.
Literally, she starts flying.
She
That
starts
was pretty
flying.
dope. I like that.
That was cool. I forget if before or after they finally put the thing. They got him.
I think it's after.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was a little like the whole tear gas thing that they were using? Do you feel like that was a little? I felt like we didn't even need to throw the first one out, and
I think it was to prove a point.
Maybe it was because I'm thinking like we threw that one, so now we have to creatively think of a different way to defeat him. But then we just end up making
The same
another
thing.
tear gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally the same thing happens.
But I get it. It's because that gas is to stop Soldier Boy, but they can't stop Soldier Boy because he's the one who's gonna defeat Homelander. So it makes sense that they throw that out, and then that gives French Frenchie and Kimiko something to do. Like if you think,
Yeah.
I think that's why they did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also to mention Soldier Boy straight up tossing everybody. Like
Yep.
anybody who tried to square up with him, he would just grab him and like just throw him through a table or something.
Yep.
Like that.
He was putting up a fight.
I was like, dang man, you can't fight this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
And the flying of Starlight, I think that's a new power. I don't think she realized she could do that. So I wonder
That's
if
the
she's
first
gonna
time
learn
she
how to
flies?
fly. And for the next season to fight Soldier Boy, to help fight Soldier Boy, but that's a new power.
Oh, awesome! My fridge just turned on, so that's cool.
Nice. Join the party.
Join the party.
But yeah,
flying.
Starlight's
So, yeah.
new power to fly.
No, it's getting possessed by Vecna.
Yeah,
That's her
Vecna
power.
is gonna help her to fly. But yeah, maybe she'll actually learn how to fly. Cause she could, if she could do that
That'd be
by
cool.
like lights turning on, she could fly in the sun.
Is that how it works? Is it sunlight or is it electricity? You know what I mean?
Oh, is it electricity? I thought it was just like light, cause it's starlight. So I think it's just light.
Yeah, but in that case, it would be like.
it's just light.
In that case, it would be like stars.
Huh?
You know. If we're going off her name, then she should have some sort of star or something like that type power, like America Chavez,
Well,
who for some reason has star-based power.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a shape for her, but yeah, it's
Just a random
starlight.
shape, yeah.
Sun is light, so I'm thinking they're setting up that she could fly like Homelander, which
That would be cool.
it will give her some, an advantage. It would give the boys an advantage if she could fly. So that's
Yeah.
my prediction.
That'd be cool. You imagine like they're in their final battle and he's fighting everybody and it goes to her and they're like in the sky like
Yeah.
crossing each other like bam bam.
Yeah,
bam,
we
hitting
need
each
a
other. That'd be
good
cool.
person that can fly, because Soldier Boy is
Right.
not a good person, so never mind. He
He's
can
like
fly.
a terrible person.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was on our side for a little bit.
But which also begs the question, like I'm thinking the whole time, like they have Soldier Boy on their side to try to kill Homelander, but like let's say they do kill Homelander, what are they gonna do about Soldier Boy? Because he's still not a good
Right.
person.
He's
Kill
just
that
as
guy.
bad or worst.
Yeah.
I think he's just as bad
But I guess.
as Homelander.
But now we saw. So she starts flying. Then they get him. They put the mask on him, and it came down to either a whole bunch of people dying, or Maeve taking the L for the team. And we saw last minute. Like I didn't see that coming. I didn't think. And when it happened, I thought Maeve was gone.
I
I
mean,
thought that's it. She
Yeah.
died. She's
me
gone.
too.
The yeah, it was that and then she had Homelander. Like she was ready to off that dude.
Which
But then she saw like people were in danger and she remembered she's a
hero.
she's a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, nah, I'd rather wreck myself than wreck
Yeah.
everybody else here.
Which, by the way,
She
that's
has
one of
feelings.
my
She has
nitpicks.
feelings.
Like
What's that?
she survived that. Like everybody else gets like pulverized, like just disappears. Yet she survived that. How? Like
Yeah.
they better explain something like she pushed him out and then like jumped out of the way of the blast. Or something. She can't be hit
In the
with
middle
that.
of the air.
in the
in the middle of
Yeah.
in midair.
In midair. In the middle of the midair.
I don't know what I was trying to say. Oh man. Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could see why. And I thought she was dead too. I thought that was it for both of them.
And that was the biggest blast we've seen. So like I thought he exploded and then she died, but no, somehow she
maybe because before when she would like demonstrate power, she would actually be. It would show that she's actually kind of as strong as Homelander, because they would remember the scene where they would go and like stop a sniper from shooting somebody down, and so he kills the sniper, and he's like, oh well, we have to make it look like he shot at us first, so they start like shooting each other and making it seem like. And it turns out that she's just as bulletproof as he is, basically.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what saved her. That's what saved her. That she's bulletproof.
The power of plot armor. That's what saved.
Yeah. That's it.
So, yeah. So that happens. We see Soldier Boy, taken down. Oh, okay. And here's the parallel that I mentioned earlier. In season 2 ended with Butcher walking away with Ryan, and Homelander stayed there.
Oh.
This season, we see the parallel. Now he's walking away with Homelander, and Butcher, just
Nice.
bye-bye, like not even a goodbye.
Yeah. No.
So
Nice
again,
catch. Nice catch. That's true.
Nice catch.
I guess, man, the writers are just killing that.
Bro, they're
He chooses to go with Butcher. I mean, with Homelander.
Mm-hmm.
God knows what's gonna happen now. And we find out that Butcher has, you said, 12 months to live
They said 12 to 18 months, which seems like
because
Oh,
of
yeah.
the V, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of the temporary V. One more season with Butcher.
Let's
Well,
go, the boys. One
they
more time
say-
for the boys.
One more time for the boys. They do said that next season is the last season. They've said that.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
Let's.
So they
at
know
least,
how to
At least
end it
somebody
before it
knows how
gets
to
too-
end their seasons.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
hopefully.
you, Stranger Things.
I really hope that because I don't like when shows go for too long. Like Stranger Things is at that point where I think
Stranger
it's
Things,
yeah, exactly. Like they've gone for too long, I think.
Yeah.
And apparently next season is the final one. But yeah, the boys, the next season is the final one. So it'll probably end
dude,
with
it's gonna
Butcher
be-
dying.
It's going to be amazing, bro.
Do it. Do
Yeah.
it. You.
Do it.
I wouldn't even call them cowards. I would just say do it because they're gonna do it.
Yeah, they're gonna do it. I mean, he's
Yeah,
more likely not the only one dying at the season finale. So,
Yeah.
but at least we know Butcher will die, or is it?
Yeah.
Because we're expecting it. So
Or is he? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
they'll find a way.
They did also announce that they're doing a spin-off about what's it called? It's called Varsity, and it's basically like college kids in that same world, and things that happen in season 3 spill over to that spin-off show.
Okay.
But it won't have anything to do with like season 4 because they still want to finish that off before they do like anything real.
Interesting.
So there's that.
Okay. We get the scene where Ashley finds out that Maeve is alive, and she's showing compassion by not saying anything, I guess.
Yeah, and she might die because of it.
Yes.
Because again, they're setting it up. Like there's something that Ashley knows that maybe Homelander doesn't know, and he's gonna kill her because of it. I mean, we're all just waiting for for Ashley
I think,
Ashley to die.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're all waiting for that. I think it just showed, like, for me, it just showed that now we see that like the whole thing is she finds out Maeve's alive, but then it's presented to her and she's like, you know what? Instead of bringing it to Homelander, boom, permanently deleted. We're not doing this again. That like that's it.
And maybe it's also
and
showing like she's not all gone. She doesn't just. She has morals still, even if it's just to
there's
protect
something
Maeve.
Did they say that who's gonna run Vault now? Is it still Homelander?
Why are you saying
like-
Vault? You know it's Vought, right?
Vault? Wait, how do you say it? Vault?
It's Vought. You keep saying Vault.
Vault. Whatever. However you say that. So, you guys think Edgar is gonna come back, or you think Homelander's
100%.
gonna keep running?
100%.
Yeah,
100% what?
Edgar is coming back.
Yeah, I think he 100% is coming back. I mean, they set him up. I feel like to come back. So, yeah,
Oh yeah, and because Victoria is still out there.
yeah.
Oh, they're gonna be a menace.
She's like vice
Yeah.
president or elected vice president now.
That-
so she's
Oh, dude.
so
yeah.
she's
Miss
heading to like power.
Victoria, why do you treat me so,
Yeah.
Miss Victoria. What? How dare you?
Which, by the way, they set up the daughter getting powers, but they never told us what the powers are.
Oh yeah, what's up with
Oh
that?
yeah, dude. Next season. That's gonna be next
Season. Maybe it'll be like a dumb power, like from Diabolical.
Like she's embarrassed, so she doesn't like bring her out in the public. She
Keeps her locked in the house.
I only wanna be with
She
you.
has she has a speaker for a head. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
great.
Soldier Boy, still alive, being kept by
alive.
Grace.
what's her name?
Grace.
Grace. Her name is Grace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Butcher's always like Grace.
Hey,
Yeah, that means that's her name. Grace.
I
Take
bet
care
you
of
that's
Marky.
gonna play. That's gonna have a part next season too.
Oh yeah, because that's like a sleeping
think
dragon
he's coming
at this
back?
point.
Yeah.
Like they can't kill
analogy.
him. What are you saying?
No, I said good. Good analogy.
It is a good analogy.
What's going on? What?
Dario turned around and like snapped at me. He's like, what are you saying? And I was like,
I was talking and I hear you
That's
say
it.
something and I'm like, what is it?
Speaking to the mic.
I thought you were making fun of me.
No, I said, was praising you. God dang.
Sorry.
He
Sorry,
got a
guys.
little defensive.
Don't cut this out. This is just what happens when, we're over Zoom. When
no,
I'm
I'm cutting
talking,
this
I
out.
can't hear what you say.
Man. Jeff is absolutely going to cut it out. He doesn't like
This
humor.
episode's gonna be 45 minutes long.
Let's go.
Let's go. We only film for
And,
2
and
hours.
it's all... And it's all our mess ups. It's not any of the content.
Nice. Yeah. We should have a blooper reel at the end of season 1.
That would be funny.
So yeah, Soldier Boy is sleeping. They just put him to sleep, and that's a problem waiting for them to have. It's a sleeping dragon. So you have Homelander and you have Soldier Boy because he's gonna escape someday somehow. So I'm assuming they're just gonna look for a way to kill him in his sleep next season. That would be the best.
And it's probably gonna be. It's probably gonna.
You know
be
what I think they're gonna. I'm gonna call it right now, and this is a very descriptive scene. They're gonna fight him again, but he's gonna be naked, right?
Okay.
And then they figure it out. They I don't know. They do something with that.
That's not
I'm gonna
very
call it now.
descriptive.
No. When it
Yeah.
happens next season, you're gonna be like, George somehow called that out.
Nice.
Yep. That's
right.
it. That's my prediction for season 4.
Starlight
Yeah.
joins the boys. So
The
we
boys.
have a new member
Starlight.
for the boys.
She's always been one of the boys for me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It kind of
in
feels
January.
like she's been the boys, especially this season. But yeah, she
Yeah.
officially joins
She's
the boys.
officially now. Yeah. So as to land this plane, I love how they ended this episode. What we fear. I remember Dario specifically saying like, you fear of those like visions that he used to have, of him like killing people. But it was all a daydream. It became a freaking reality, and people like it.
Yep.
So what the heck is gonna happen now? This man, nothing's holding him back. He just killed someone in public. What do you do? Like,
God,
there's literally nothing you can, like.
Yeah.
There's no
It's-
more.
it's
You
worse.
can't threaten him with a video of the plane. Like, no, like it's out in the public. Like, people like him no matter what.
especially his his following, which to touch on that what's his face, the stepdad for mother's milk daughter, like he's the one who's endorsed, like has been planting those seeds for us to find out, and it eventually pays off with that whole thing, because him, like, seeing that happen, he's the first one who cheers Like he's like, heck yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you know, we need. He's like, yeah, and I was like, shut up, dude, whoever here
That
you
dude
are.
is bad.
That dude is
Oh my
no
gosh.
bueno. I'll tell you what.
So
It was nice to see him get punched in the face. By the way.
yep. And yeah, and that last scene when Homelander does that, that whole last scene is like a parody to Trump, and that's like a Trump rally.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to like make it like a Republican thing, and that's a Trump rally. You have all the guys like the racist people. I was trying to see if I saw everybody's white in that camp, and I believe
Is it mostly red?
Huh?
Is it mostly red?
Yes, they're all wearing mostly red. And,
Yeah.
And they have all
Yeah.
the American flag, and there's a guy dressed like the guy who went into the Capitol, and he punches out the
what?
camera.
I didn't even notice that.
Yep, they have a lot of like
Oh.
references, and then Donald Trump actually.
Oh,
I
he's
just
been
looked it up.
Trump. Yeah, he's been Trump.
So
Homelander.
Trump said
Nah.
that Trump said once that he could shoot somebody in the streets and he wouldn't lose any followers. He said that.
Hey,
That's a wild boy.
And what did Homelander did?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
That's
killed
crazy.
someone in front of everybody, and he still didn't lose any followers.
He obliterated somebody. He blew their head off.
Yeah.
You know what's
And-
funny? And,
yeah.
You know, don't. I don't mean to get political, but this Homelander, what they did this season, it's kind of like what they picture them meant to be, I guess. Like the exaggerated version, like. And I guess some people really see him like that. Like we see Homelander in real life. So I just think it's kind of interesting and funny how they made like the cartoon extreme version of that.
Yeah. Well, they're
And I
doing
guess it kind of
like-
works for the show, but
Yeah.
it's also, I guess, interesting that there's actually people in real life that see him like that, like, and also people on that side that you act so wild that they made a cartoon out of you, like the people in the rallies in the show, like that, not like that's literally how they dress, like
Yeah.
you see the flag and like,
Bro. Trump wishes he was Homelander.
yo, he wishes he had hair like Homelander. Yo, Homelander's hair is flawless.
That's a handsome man. It's flawless.
But
Always
makes
flawless.
it think they're making a statement what they think of Trump, because they literally think he's this guy who thinks he's all that, but really he's evil. So when you compare Homelander to Trump, I mean they're really making a political statement there.
Right, but I don't think people at least reasonable people like think that. I mean, I'm sure there's people that really think like
Think
he's
what?
Homelander, you know, that this
That-
guy's Homelander in real life.
Yeah,
you know?
but they're characterizing the radical right.
yeah.
The people are crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
And they said, and like I said, that moment right there, again, not to get political, but it's not. The show is political, so it's like we have to point it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly
who's
that's
the other
parody. Something
it's
that Trump
hilarious.
said.
Yeah.
He literally said
And
I
the
could
whole
shoot
thing-
somebody, and nothing would happen.
Yeah, and the whole thing with like when they were saying like, yeah, you can go outside and this and that, like that was. Oh yeah, that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
COVID
Right,
and
It's
right,
a- it's
right.
a-
That was
yeah,
the
it's
a
Jackson
funny-
thing.
it's
Yeah,
a-
go outside. Everything's fine. Everything's safe.
Yeah.
When he knows
Which
it's
makes
funny
me
funny.
wonder.
On us.
Yeah, it makes me wonder. I wonder if they're gonna do some type of commentary on abortion the
Oh.
next season.
Yeah.
Because not in this season they're making commentary on what was happening before. So
Right.
I wonder if next season they're gonna make commentary on what's currently happening.
I
And
think
how
I-
will they integrate it into the show?
Oh, they could with Homelander wanting a kid with Maeve.
Ooh.
Word?
Ooh. Daryl.
They can.
You dog.
Ah,
You're
dog.
a writer. You wrote this show.
I made the show. Yeah,
You made this show. I
they can
knew
find
it.
ways. They can find ways to do anything.
Definitely. Yeah, that's funny.
They'll
That's funny.
touch on it. They'll touch
Well,
on it for sure.
it pokes at. I like this show that it pokes at both sides.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's that.
Well, they
and then
kind
we
of
also have we also have the other side where they have the whole episode about inclusivity and representation. That's literally episode 2,
Right.
and you know it's kind of characterizing that whole thing. So yeah, it's interesting to see how they poke fun at both sides.
You know what's funny too, and I the last thing I'll say about that is I like how they show how like when celebrities say something, it's probably they don't even care. And as we're watching The Boys for the past few weeks, and the current things are happening, and I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing what I'm seeing in The Boys, where celebrities like, this is horrible, and they're like trying to sympathize with normal people like us. And I'm just thinking of The Boys, and I'm just thinking, they probably didn't even write that tweet. It was probably their like PR people, like telling them what to say.
Yeah,
So,
you think like we see scenes with Ashley too, like where she says, she says, "Oh, we'll have this whole big comeback story, this and that. And don't worry, we'll write out a tweet to shout out these people. It definitely is touched upon. So that's funny you think that way.
So it's funny, like as I'm watching The Boys, I'm like, yeah, that's probably not even the person. Yeah. So yeah.
Ryan, I thought he was gonna be a good character. He was gonna be erased, right? But I think they're definitely setting up him being a mini Homelander. Like the little smile he does at the very end, like after Homelander just kills someone, and then he just kind of like smiles, and you can see like, he's not gonna be a good guy. I think he's gonna be one of the threats next season.
Do you think they'll go as far as to making Butcher have to face off with him?
That'd be interesting.
And like making a hard decision. It would.
I think they could.
Like they're going toe to toe, and he's like, Ryan, like you're Becca's kid. I don't want to offer you right now. And he's like, do it, you son of a bitch. And then
how old is he?
He's like,
how
oh, word, bam, kills him.
How old is the kid right now?
He's like 12.
I don't know.
They'll do a time jump next season.
They could.
We're gonna see him.
You're calling a time jump? Are you calling a time jump?
I'm calling a time jump. There's gonna be a time jump next season. We're gonna see Ryan older, but then that means Butcher will be dead. Dang it.
No.
Oh yeah, it can only be a year.
Flaw in your theory, like.
You know what? Leave me alone. I'm not a writer. I'm trying my best. Dang it. Trying my best. Seth Rogen, if you're listening to this, hit me up.
They could do a 1 year time jump.
Yeah, because time lab. There's a time lab
jump.
Here?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. That would, if they did that, he would only have a couple months to live because they said 12 to 18.
Yeah.
Right. So it's at that point it's like variables.
Yeah. They said 12 to 18, but yeah, they wouldn't be able to do like a 5-year jump.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
True.
No, he'll just be a little menace, being raised by Homelander. Homelander telling him he's the best thing in the world. He's better than humans. You can kill people whenever you want. So yeah, Ryan is definitely going down the wrong path, and he's kind of taking to it. That's the thing. So
dang,
he's turning to the dark side.
Yep.
Dude, that's gonna be fun. I cannot wait for next season.
Anyways, season 4, we'll see when it comes out in a year or so.
4 out of 5.
4
out of 5.
5 out of 5? What did you say?
I said 4 out of 5 for me.
4 out of 5.
4.
Okay.
4 out of 5. Yep.
Can I give it a 9 out of 10?
I mean, it's a free country. It's your choice.
Yeah, you have that choice.
Yeah.
Your show, your choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say my ranking, my choice. So
my ranking, your choice.
All right.
Yo, chill.
Yo, we're treading that line.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Chris
you
Nation.
can't tell me what to do with my ranking.
It's my podcast.
Yo.
Hey,
We out
yo.
here.
Wild.
We out here.
Hey, yo. I'll give it. Yeah, I also will give it a 9 out of 10. Fun
All right.
stuff.
Because somehow,
I really
4 out of
love
5
this
feels lower than 9 out of 10. I mean,
Well,
there's
it's technically the same thing. But
no, it's not.
No, because you're crunching together like ratings.
Because
and
3 out
It's
of
more
5,
broad.
it's almost like it's barely more than
50-50.
half.
I mean, okay, I was planning on having that opinion, but I didn't feel ready, so I decided to terminate that decision. It was my...
Okay, Chef, you're getting too on the nose.
Jeff,
I'm here
did you-
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yeah.
Oh, we're listening viewers for this.
Listen, I was gonna say you consented
It's
to
all
this
jokes,
decision.
people. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
jokes.
you consented to
Just
it, so
joke.
you gotta stick with
You've
it.
consented to this decision, so you got to stick with it. Yeah.
It's just jokes, people. It's
Now
just
that-
I for
Now
one,
they
I
don't
for
know where we're
one,
coming from.
yeah. I for one support that you can make any decision that you want. Yeah, like
Depending on
whatever
what
you're
state,
feeling.
depending on what state you are.
okay.
Yeah,
now
depending on
now
what state.
you guys are getting too on the nose.
Depending
Oh
on
my
what state you
gosh.
are. Yeah, if you want to have a different ranking, then you have
Oh
to
my
move to a
gosh.
different state.
Dude, you gotta.
Nah,
yeah.
And we're all in different states, so that's why our rankings are different. Well, I guess not.
Literally.
Not all three of us. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yo,
Jeff
y'all,
and
y'all
I-
butcher my joke. Y'all butcher my joke, bro. Come on, bro.
Butcher.
Butcher.
William
Right.
Butcher.
Yeah, hey, that's my joke. Hey, stop it.
Beam bong.
I've done it.
Okay, let's
We're killing it, bro.
Anyway,
let's land this plane. Thank you guys for
Jeff,
watching.
we can't fly planes. You nerd.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it, leave us comments. This was our review for Thor and the finale of the
Daryl,
Boys.
what do you think of Thor?
I thought Thor was a really engaging movie. It was moving. I was crying the whole time. It was crazy.
You know what? So was I. I was
Yeah.
crying at how bad it was.
Yeah, yeah. I was crying at Thor. He is
Yeah?
doing stuff in this movie.
Why?
Thor.
He is doing things.
Yeah.
It is a movie.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, there are characters, and there's a director behind this camera.
nice.
Seriously, Daryl, go watch it.
I will watch it. I will give my
watch it.
thoughts next episode. There you go. I won't do a whole review. Just like, hey, I thought it was good or bad. Or there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Thanks.
yeah, our links are in the descriptions. Go find other videos that we've made. We will be back probably next week with another video. I forget what it is, but we will be back.
Well, as long as we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
The boys are back. Thank
The
you,
boys
the
are
boys.
back.
This
Thank
was
you, the boys, for
know.
entertaining
It was fun.
us.
It was
It
fun.
was fun. We bent
Yes.
the boys. And
All things must come to an end,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
like
far.
this episode.
And this series of the boys.
It sounds like the series ended. Like we still have one more
Well,
season.
it'll be a while, and who knows? Maybe it won't be. What if we're not even doing the podcast in a year or whenever it comes out? This will be the test of time. If we're still doing this, by the time the next season comes out, we know
If we
we've
ever end this
succeeded.
episode.
That's right. I mean, we
Yeah.
might still be doing this episode by the time the
I
season
think
4 comes out.
we'll keep going with this episode. As a matter of fact, because this is my choice, and I live in a state
And
where
cut.
I can actually do this.
Nice.